Hey everybody, it's a Sunday afternoon, fairly pleasant day. I thought I had not pushed record, so I've already got this poured. Today I'm going to do the Halcyon Unfiltered Wheat beer from Tallgrass. It's the last of them in the sampler. From the website it says unfiltered American wheat, full brew birthday March 2011. Interesting fact, the name of the farmer that grows our wheat is on every can, Bill Nye. Halcyon, and they put in parentheses how to pronounce it. People should know how to pronounce that, I would think. Is an unapologetic American-style wheat beer with a taste like the finest days of summer. Our brewery is situated on the buckle of the wheat belt, so this beer means something special to us. Halcyon Unfiltered Wheat is the result of our Midwestern angst, an all-American wheat with real Kansas-grown grain in the brew. We start with raw Kansas white wheat in the mix to give it a nice edge, but what really makes it shine is the hops. We use hop bursting of Citra Hops late in the brewing process, and this gives Halcyon a palate of tropical fruit flavors and aromas with a bright and refreshing taste like the best days of summer. And in parentheses, swimmin whole and inner tube sold separately. Malt says 2-row barley, white wheat in Munich, hops, nugget, and Citra. They do make a note that there's a pro kit available from their friends at Northern Brewer. It's 5% ABV and 20 IBUs. Like I said, I already poured this. It had maybe a half a finger of a white head that didn't last very long. A light haziness to it, but for being an unfiltered beer, it certainly doesn't have the cloudiness that I'm used to seeing in unfiltered beers. There's a pretty good clarity to it. Seems to be a bunch of carbonation streaming up, so it's a decent beer. The 16-ounce can didn't fit in this 12-ounce glass, so I'll drink a little bit more, and when I get ready to take my break here, I'll swirl it up and add the rest and see if it gets any cloudier. But anyway, let's get a nose on it. Okay, yeah, you get a nice light weedy note to it, but the citrus flavors are really what come out from the hops. Oranges, tangerines, lemon, maybe some piney notes in there. And that light wheat aroma in the back, it takes a back seat to the wheatiness takes a back seat to the citrus notes, though, and there's a touch of some yeasty notes there, some yeasty bready notes, but they're fairly light too. It's primarily the hops, citrus hops, orange, grapefruit, lemon, and mixed with the light wheat, and maybe just a couple light grassy notes in there, but it's primarily a hop citrus forward beer. Nice smelling beer, pleasant smelling beer, although fairly light smell. Let's get a taste. Okay, yeah, those citrus notes come out. They sort of dominate right there in the beginning. Primarily lemon and orange. There is a nice light malty backbone to it, but it's primarily the lemon orange citrus notes. There's a lot of hop flavors here, not very strong. It's still like the aroma. It's a fairly mild flavor, but it seems to be fairly well blended. But it is a hop forward beer. You get a bit more of the wheat malt on the end as it finishes, but fairly nice, clean finish. There's not 20 IBUs. There's not a lot of bitterness to it for sure. But those citrus notes, like I said, orange, lemon primarily. There may be a bit of grapefruit in there. Just some light grassy hops too, but it's pretty fruity and citrusy over a nice light wheat backbone. It doesn't taste like any any wheat beer I've ever had. I'm not getting the banana and the clove and those sort of flavors that you oftentimes get from wheat beers. I'm not sure what yeast they use, but that's primarily from the yeast. So I'm not sure. They didn't say on their website or anywhere on the can what yeast they use, but you're definitely not getting those banana clove notes that you're used to getting, like in Hefeweizens and other styles of wheat beer. It's a medium light bodied, almost going to light. Got a decent solid carbonation though, so pleasant, easy drinking beer. So let me sit. I will swirl this can up, see if I get some more yeasties from the bottom of the can, and I'll come back in a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. I know I'm recording now. I apologize for that screw up on my part in the beginning where I forgot to turn the camera on. I poured it and was babbling away, and all of a sudden the camera just shut itself off. Power saver, but I hadn't been recording, so I didn't get to see the pour. I did, after I finished, I swirled the can up. I did get some big chunkies that are sitting at the bottom, and it got a bit cloudier. It's looking more like a normal unfiltered beer now, now that I swirled it up. But and as it's warmed up, I noticed the wheatiness and yeastiness have come up a little bit more in intensity, and the citrus notes have backed off a bit, but it's still primarily a citrus forward beer. This is a nice light, refreshing beer. Really nice. Is really nice for summer seasonal. I think that's what it initially started out as, was their summer seasonal. But I read a note somewhere that they had decided to brew it year round. So it's not something you're not gonna seek out for a winter warmer. I'm sure the sales of this drop off in the winter considerably, but it's a really nice, light, refreshing beer. Nothing outstanding. It's a pretty decent wheat beer. Like I said, mild flavors, mild aromas. Nothing's really come out really strong, but it's a little more flavorful with the addition of the hops and your normal wheat beer. And it's like I said, it's drinkable and a really nice sessionable summer type beer. But it's, you know, not earth shattering or anything like that. It goes down easy, and it is in a can, so that's a plus for summer if you're going down to the lake or going down for a picnic or something, or going camping. It is in a can. Decent drinkable beer. Definitely not as good as some other wheat beers I've had, but it does have some differences that are interesting with these hop blends in the mix. It's probably the most hop forward wheat ale I've ever had. And I'm enjoying it a lot. It's probably not something I'm going to rush out and again buy. And I mentioned the carbonation. It's pretty, I'm belching here a little bit. It's still got some pretty high carbonation, even down to the bottom of the can. The carbonation keeps up pretty good. So it's a decent, drinkable, summer type, warm weather type beer. Summer beer. Make a great lawnmower beer, but like I said, nothing you'd buy in the winter for a winter warmer. So I'm going to give the another belch, Halcyon Wheat from Tallgrass Brewing. Oh, there's the Tallgrass Brewing. That says unfiltered wheat beer at the top. I'm going to give it a good solid 8.5 out of 10. Might have got a little bit better, but I see no date on the can. I've looked everywhere on the can, and they do mention the guy that grows their wheat, and it says, "Our thanks to Bill Nye, the wheat farmer from Wallace County, Kansas, that grows our wheat." So at least they appreciate the farmer who does the work for them. So 8.5 out of 10 for the Tallgrass Halcyon Unfiltered Wheat. So till next time, everybody, cheers. Let's keep drinking good beers.